Hello, everybody out in YouTube land. I have been known as the Bathrobe Lady on TikTok, Divine Sophia 777, and Divine Sophia 65. I'm now the Happy Healer. The reason for all of those name changes is when I was the Happy Healer, Divine Sophia 777, I got very popular by being in my garage very early in the morning and partaking in some of Mother's lettuce and just talking about all the things that I know about. And one of them is MK Ultra programming. And now it's coming out. It's being released at a very, very, very high level. You want to call it the white hats, you want to call it the good guys, whatever. To me, it doesn't matter. The fact that it's coming out means that we won. We won hard. The good side won, guys, on one level. Okay, there's many levels to this, but the MK Ultra stuff, you guys, it's starting to come out. And what I want people to understand is that it is going to be extremely hard for billions of people to understand this, because the people that are involved, the level that it runs at, who's doing it, why they do it, how long they've been doing it, a very long time, who they worship, and how it affects us to this day, every day, and how they use it against us. A lot of people are going to feel very angry, very, very angry. And we are going to have to be there to hold space for them. People like me who already know about this stuff, been talking about it for a long time. But see, the thing is that it's hard to hear. Nobody wants to know that a 2-year-old is offered up as a prize after a major league game to the winner. And it's a choice. And it starts there. And then it gets worse because it's not about fame and celebrity. Well, it is. I mean, that's the high levels. But this is stuff that's happening in our communities, in our churches. You'd be surprised how many churches are involved in this. And that is the information that's going to be hard. The things that happen to the survivors and those that did not survive are horrific. So please try to stay away from those details because we don't need to traumatize ourselves in order to understand what this is about. First and foremost, we need to understand that these monsters exist. They take over 800,000 children out of the United States alone every year. That number during COVID dropped to 22,000. So you can't tell any of us, especially those of us working with the child rescue agencies such as Agape Rescues Children, which is my personal favorite, and my friend is the founder and CEO of that, doing amazing work, building centers to support the survivors so that the children have a place to go where they can experience love and healing instead of what they've been through. For you adults, I'm your girl, because I know what you've been through, and we don't need to re-traumatize you. And I understand hypnosis and multiple personality disorder and all of these things that can happen, because when the information comes out, people are going to say, well, how could they possibly not know that they were being abused? That's hypnosis. That is how trauma makes the brain fragment. And then if you know what you're doing, you can rebuild that fragmented part into something that you want that operates on a completely different level than the person that you're looking at. So for instance, if I was under that programming, I would be taken out of school. I would be flown on a private jet or government helicopter to wherever I needed to be. During that flight, I would probably have to get hypnotic suggestions that put me into a state, a trance. I will be given top secret information, whatever information needs to happen between why I'm on that plane and whoever I'm going to go see. That is implanted. I get off the plane. I am delivered into the hands of a very powerful, powerful man, or sometimes woman. I give them the secrets, and then I give them sex. My age does not matter. And then I am returned, battered and bruised, bloody, in pain. agony from some of the abuse because it's horrific. It's not loving, it's not gentle, not usually. That's the exception to the rule. But I am returned to my home. But before I go home, guess where I go? I go to a place like Disneyland. And there I get reprogrammed. I get cleaned up. I forget that night ever happened. My body does not acknowledge the pain anymore because the pain it's so minor. Because I'm used to it. I've been used to it since I was born. And then I get dropped off about a block from my house. I go inside. And because my parents understand what's happening to me, they're completely complicit in the lie. They act as if I was just at school and came home from band practice. They don't acknowledge my injuries because they know exactly why I have those bruises and those scrapes and why my dress is bloody. And the next day, I will wake up and not remember a thing and think I was at school all day long. Now it starts from there and then it gets more nefarious and more complicated. And if you want to see how that ties from there into our daily bombardment of social media, predictive programming, all programming, subliminal messaging, what they're trying to make you think and feel. And I know this video is a little long now, and I hope it even gets out there because I've said some pretty serious things. And I'm not joking, and these are all very easily searchable. If you want to start somewhere, transformation.com. The story of Kathy O'Brien and her daughter Kelly, the man that rescued them, and what it took for her to get to a place where she now is healing hearts one at a time. And I love this line. I will always love her for this. She wants to be the love she wants to see in the world. And this is a woman who survived horrific things. And so did her daughter. And the worst of all of that is because of the hypnosis and the programming and the controllers. Kathy couldn't do a thing. She had to sit there and listen to her daughter, her young baby girl, scream. And there's nothing she could do. This exists. And again, this is where it starts. And in order to understand how bad it is and how widespread it is and how evil it is, follow along, because I will give this to you in a palatable way where we are going to avoid the anger and we're just going to go into action, because the action is visit agaperescueschildren.org. You print off their prevention manual. You get a copy of it. You send it to everybody you know. We are the only thing standing between those monsters and everybody, especially our kids. So you don't need to know how bad it was. Trust me, think of the most horrible thing you could ever imagine happening to anybody in a sexual manner or an animal. It's 100 times worse than that. Minimum. This is what we're fighting for. This is the evil of the earth that needs to be exposed. Please join me. Let me know what you think in the comments, and go support Kathy O'Brien at transformation.com. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.